When someone first hears about Toastmasters, what do you think comes to mind? They probably think it's a public speaking club. And that's not too far off. After all, we do give our share of speeches here. I've always found it funny. If you look at the official Toastmaster motto, it's not where great speakers are made. No, it's where leaders are made. That's their priority. I think Lisa just talked about how Warren Buffett thought people who learn how to speak well in public, they usually become much, much better leaders. So that's a key element. But there's so many other ways to develop skills as a Toastmaster. You can do it at a meeting level by signing up to be the Toastmaster, the general evaluator, or you can really climb the ladder like Pam did when she became the area director and supervised 5 or 6 different clubs. I personally find a good balance is to sign up and help your club as a club officer. As you guys might have realized, elections are coming up at our next meeting. So to wrap up my term as president, I thought it'd be good to give a little speech about why I became an officer and why it might be good for you to consider it too. Now, as soon as the words club officer election go out, the room tends to get very still and very quiet. It's sort of like being in school again, where the teacher asks a tough question and everyone's like, oh gosh, not me, not me, not me. I know the feeling. I've been there. I remember when I was first asked to become an officer when I was a brand new Toastmaster years ago in New York City. My club president and mentor, Joe, he pulled me aside and he said, David, with your finance background, you would be a perfect treasurer. What do you think? I looked Joe straight in the eye and I said, no. I was scared. I was shy. I didn't know what it would involve, so I just ran away from the opportunity. I felt relief at first, but as time went by, I saw my fellow Toastmasters, some who were even newer than I was, do the officer roles. And frankly, I felt a bit embarrassed. That's why when someone left, we lost our VP of PR, I decided, you know what, enough's enough. Let me give it a try. And I'm very glad I did. There is nothing to be scared of. Being an officer is not a hard job. It really takes maybe half an hour a month, maybe an hour. Like if you're the sergeant of arms, you got to show up to meetings 10 minutes early and set up the room. If you're the vice president of the membership, you just have to answer a few emails here and there. It's not hard, and there's no reason to feel scared. And you're going to feel a lot better stepping up to the opportunity. Another reason why I would suggest becoming an officer, it's a great way to develop skills. The jobs themselves, they're all geared towards picking up something useful for work. If you want to become a better salesperson, hey, you can sell the club to other people as our VPM. If you see yourself being the next Instagram star, well, you can practice with our social media as the vice president of public relations. As for me, as soon as I became club president, that went right on my resume. And I've had multiple people talk about how impressive it was. Now, you might be thinking, Dave, I already know everything I need for my career. I'm only here to become a better public speaker. Totally fair, but I would say you'll get much better as a public speaker by becoming an officer. When I was just a regular member, I would show up to half, maybe fewer of the meetings, so I didn't speak nearly as much. But as soon as I became an officer, I started showing up all the time. It gives you that kick in the butt, like, okay, this is my club. I should be there every time. On top of that, you're also going to have more moments where you need to speak, whether it's giving club announcements, helping members. I know I wouldn't be giving this speech today if I wasn't president. That's why I'm saying if you want to work on your skills, whether for work or as a speaker, consider becoming an officer. Now, my final point, my final pitch for you guys about why you should throw your hat in the ring. At the end of the day, Talk for Change is a great club, and we need your help. These meetings, they don't happen by accident. They happen with a little bit of work behind the scenes from the club officers. And I said, these jobs aren't hard when we have 7 people splitting the work, but they do start to add up when you only have a few officers. Right now, we're down to 4. That means I'm doing 2 jobs, Jill's doing 3, and it just really begins to add up. It's a lot more pleasant when we have a full officer team. I remember I wasn't president from the beginning of the term. We had Tom in this role, and he was doing a great job, but at some point he had to leave for personal reasons. And his final note was like, guys, I have to leave, and I just really hope this doesn't fall on Jill's shoulders, because she was already doing 3 roles. And even though I was busy, I was like, all right, Tom, you got me. Sign me up. I'm becoming president. And not trying to lay the guilt trip, but Tom laid it on me, so I'm laying it on everyone else as well. But I got to end on a high note. Being an officer is just such a great experience. You get to work with all kinds of pleasant people. You really get to know the other members and the rest of the team. And I think it's just a great time to do it. Things are about to reopen. It's the theme. It's like we're going to start commencing, and it's going to be a new beginning for all of us and for this club, between bringing back the old members, getting guests again, and meeting in person. This is your chance to get out there and leave your mark on this club. And I hope you consider rising up to that opportunity. Between being an officer, you shouldn't be scared, and it'll make you feel proud. You'll develop some great skills. And above all, you'll be helping the club we all love. I hope you all consider signing up and running for an office at our election next meeting. That's why when people ask us, where are those leaders made? I'll tell them we're making them next meeting at Talk for Change. Thank you.